Yeah, hey, don't say anything yet. Don't say anything. This is a surprise. Hold on. Can you hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, well, you could say that, yeah. So we have a special guest here today, and I'm going to introduce you, okay? Are you ready for this? We haven't had a special guest in years. So you excited for this one? I am. Here we go, everybody. Our special guest today, everybody's favorite, Piranha! Ah! I'm not kidding! It's Piranha! And Ally Alexander! Piranha! Yes! He's here! Welcome to the show!
Hey, thanks, Mike.
You look amazing. This is the best Skype call-in I've ever seen in my life.
I really do. I mean, look at it. I like dressed in some jewelry. I took a shower. I haven't worn a short ever before.
No, you look amazing, and I've noticed that about you. You always have this amazing appearance. You always have like a nice camera angle set up as well. I love the depth of field there. The art behind you. I mean, you look incredible. You look better than most people's podcast setups.
Well, look, people are like, hey, who's this black guy? He's got this chin. He's got these teeth. But I've got books, so I must be smart. I'm well-dressed. I must make money.
Yeah.
The whole gimmick.
I love it, and we're going to find out all about you today. I'm so honored to have you here. Here's how I know you're cool and you're the real deal, because a lot of people would say, Mike, you and Piranha, how the hell do you even get along? Because you come from opposite. You should be enemies, people are saying. Here's how I know you're cool. We've been very cruel to you over the years. Okay. We've said some terrible things about you and your appearance. And by the way, your name is Ally Alexander, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. That is your maiden name. Okay. We call you Piranha because of your looks. And it's an awful thing to call someone. You did not give a fuck. You took it. You smiled. You laughed. You put up a clip of us, teasing you on your Instagram.
It was funny.
There you go. And
it's really funny. I called Meghan McCain a hippopotamus, and I think that was better than ever calling her a fat bitch.
Yes.
So, Piranha, I mean, that was really unique. The stuff that I get called in, my political life is so, detestable, getting doxxed. But Piranha, that's original. So,
are you serious? Is it really original? People have not called you that before?
Never.
Wow. We've been calling you that for years because if you don't mind, do you mind turning sideways for everybody?
No, I'm not going to do that.
Oh, okay, come on. Okay, well, they've all seen it. Okay. Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Ah! Wait, do it again. Do it again.
The screenshot that will live on forever.
Can you just, wait, I want to cue it up with the music. Just one more time, turn sideways. One more time? 2, 3.
There you go.
See? Okay. I'm done with the Piranha stuff now, and I want to shake your hand, digitally here. The fact that you didn't get all mad, you didn't start doing stuff to me, you didn't start spazzing out. I have such respect for that, and you're an inspiration, not only to me, but I think to everybody, because if we could learn to let things roll off our back, we're in such a better place. There's no more drama with it.
Yeah, I think so. Let's bring back the 90s. I hate kind of these kids who are they're wearing Jinko jeans and all this other bullshit. But I think kind of the texture of the 90s where you could grow up and being bullied, made you stronger and dare to say no to drugs, but then do them late in high school. I just thought that there was a cool cyclical nature to everything. And we have no more of that. So, I don't know. Let's bring back kind of that Americana.
I love it. I appreciate it. And I know nothing about you. Our listeners really know nothing about you. And so today I really wanted to, I don't do interviews at all, but I'd like to ask you a series of questions if you're okay with it.
Yeah, let's go with it. I called Lucian Wintridge. I was like, what do I need to be prepared for?
And what did he say? Yeah. What did he say?
Well, he said, we kind of outlined a couple of pushback in case the trolling needs to work two ways. And And he was like, just roll with it. But he said he doesn't do interviews anymore, so you should be highly honored. And
Oh, no, really, this is not a setup. I'm not setting you up. We are friends as far as I'm concerned. Let's start the interview process now, and I've got some questions here.
Okay.
So one.
And the hot sauce.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't do interviews, and I really didn't know what to do. So I know that this is what people do in interviews now. It's like there's
the Breakfast Club. This is kind of like the brunch club or the lunch club now.
Yes.
A whole new segment for Red Bar.
So my first question is, and this isn't a joke, I'm serious. What do you do? What do you do in this sphere? Because we see you everywhere. You're a man about town. I think of you, and before you, I'm sorry, I'm a yapper here, but I think of you as a guy like the guy that people call when they need shit done. Okay, you know everybody, and everybody knows you. You're a friend to all, and if you need a favor, you need something quick, you're in a jam. Something happened last night. You were arrested. There's a body to hide. They're going to call you, and you're like the fixer. You're like the fixer. You know how to get people out of jams. Now, I could be totally wrong. Is that what you do? Are you the fixer?
A little bit. I do a little bit of everything,
Really?
but I think it's accurate to say that everybody knows me, and I know everybody as long as they're a decision maker. And I think that is with politicians, with nonprofit heads, and then personalities. I'm a guy who can glide between these worlds.
Yes.
And I've been doing it for 12 years, and it's kind of funny though. My mom asked me, "What do you do for a living?"
What do you do?
She's like, okay, I know you make money, and I know you can travel, and I know you can eat. I'm cool, but it's the question I probably most often get because most people in my position don't have a public-facing profile, and I've just chosen to kind of have one and have some fun with it.
You also have that side profile, which is really badass that we saw earlier.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of, you mentioned the word eat. What do you eat? Because a lot of people... I'm just kidding. Wouldn't that be funny? What do you eat? Okay. But what do you do? What do you consider yourself to be? What do you call yourself?
So I'm a consultant.
Wow.
There's a couple of PACs. PACs are outside committees that support candidates for office. So I advise them on endorsements they ought to make, how they ought to spend their budgets, ad making, email marketing. So I kind of do that with PACs, and that's good residual income for me.
Yeah.
I also do major events. So the RNC and the GOP and other high-profile people, and they got a budget and they need to book speakers, you call Ali. And if Ali calls you and asks you to go somewhere, you go there. And then, at that picture, you ought to throw up that picture with the four of us, Laura Loomer, myself,
if you can find that, Jules. See if you can find that. Yeah, you guys were walking like reservoir dogs there.
I mean, look, where are my sunglasses? But, it was a wonderful picture.
I know, yeah. We want to go over, actually, some pictures and ask you what was going on in these pictures.
Oh, boy.
Because you've got some great photos. Every one of your photos could be framed in, like a gallery, and it's like, wow, do you remember what he was doing on this tape? So
yeah,
you kind of are what I thought you were.
Maybe.
We've seen you everywhere. The last thing we saw you with, and this is where people were like, what does he do? You were seen with Gavin McInnes, and you had like a briefcase in this beautiful suit, and you were, I don't know what your position was, and this is what I'm going to ask you, but you were seen with him as he announced his lawsuit against the SPLC, the Southern Poverty Law Center. Yeah. What is your, connection? What are you doing with this whole lawsuit?
So, Gavin has a very astute legal team, and I helped assemble that legal team.
Really?
Yeah, and I've helped finance that lawsuit through advocacy on his behalf. So,
wow.
So Gavin is suing the SPLC. Everyone ought to go to defendgavin.com and spend a couple of bucks.
Yeah.
And the SPLC is what stops the rest of our speech. I think it is the most dangerous domestic terrorist group in the country. And so when I heard that Gavin wanted to do this, I wanted to be helpful. So we did a media tour together, and that included going into Montgomery, Alabama, where the SPLC headquarters are. And I know a lot of people in Alabama, the governor and everybody else. And so
how the fuck why would anyone trust you? Yeah, this is and I'm being serious. Why would Gavin, how does Gavin know who you are? Why would he trust you? How do you know the governor? What?
Yeah.
This is what people are concerned about. Who the hell are you? And why would anyone go near you? I'm serious. This is what people think. I'm not, trying to diss you here. So how does Gavin know you? How does he even know who you are?
I think Gavin and I first became aware of each other's existence at the art show in New York City that Lucian Wintridge and I threw.
Wow.
Daddy Will Save Us. Lucian was the main face of it, and I was the guy who was handling the contracts and money. And Gavin did an exhibit there. And then Gavin probably was like, who the fuck is this black guy rocking around?
Oh, you're black.
People?
You identify as black.
Yeah, I'm half black, half Arab, but I was raised by a single black mom.
Oh, okay. You look cool. I like the look.
Yeah. This is from my dad. This is from my dad, and this is from my mom. But yeah, so I think, what happens is that somebody becomes aware of my existence, and then they find out that all their friends know me, and then it's Ali's the only person who could weave this. So
that's why
on Gavin's lawsuit, I'm just called the advocate, but all of my communications with him are privileged because I have agreements with the law firms, and it's a super tight way of running the lawsuit.
How scary would that movie be? The Advocate. This fall, rated R. It's this guy, because you can't trust you. Now, did you know that me and Gavin are like mortal enemies? Did you know that?
I heard that you guys are in the same sphere, and that's it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm a top line guy. I don't really.
I know. I know. And that's what I like about you. You don't have to explain that to me, but I was going to ask, does Gavin, did Gavin ever see you post any REDBAR clips? Does he know about any of your involvement with us? Because he's going to be very upset about this.
No, he doesn't. It's funny. He doesn't follow me on social media.
Yeah. He doesn't follow you.
What the hell?
Yeah, he doesn't follow me. Yeah, or he might follow a shadow account on Twitter or something like that. But no. I mean, Gavin has his Telegram. Gavin's kind of a boomer when it comes to the social media stuff. And so, Telegram is him asking people how to work Telegram. That's kind of the extent of it, But I watch him on freespeech.tv. I'm a fan. I used to not be, but, now I'm a fan.
See, I like that. I like that you travel in all circles, just like Lucian does. Lucian's friends with Gavin. He's friends with me. He doesn't find any problems, associating with the two. I really like that. Now, are you involved in the Proud Boys in any way?
No.
You're not?
No. I mean, I know Enrique, who's the chairman, and I know a lot of them, and it's almost being an honorary lieutenant where if I need people, they'll show. But I'm not a Proud Boy. I don't want.
But the Proud Boys would help you out. They would come.
Yeah, they got my back.
Interesting. I had the Proud Boys here a couple weeks ago. So, because I always make fun of the Proud Boys. I was the first guy to ever make fun of the Proud Boys. Because they're kind of, how they're like.
What'd you call it?
I've said everything. I mean, we've done years on the Proud Boys. We were on Compound Media with Gavin.
Oh, wow.
Before he started the Proud Boys. And when he started the Proud Boys, I go, what is he doing? Because the Proud Boys are like retards, right? They're like henchmen. They're idiots. They're fools. They're
frat boys.
Well, I don't know if they could get into college. Let's really think about this.
That's funny.
These are some white trash guys. Obviously, you use them for protection and stuff. But I had the Proud Boys, because I make fun of them so much. I heard a bunch of rumbling one night. And I peered through my blind. I said, Jules, get the gun. We turn off the lights. I'm peering through my blind. And literally, there were 2,700 Proud Boys with tiki torches looking up at my window on my street.
Lies.
And it was, they didn't do anything. Did you say lies or that's wise?
Total
lies. Okay. Well, believe it or not, they didn't do anything, but I take it as a warning.
Well, good. They're full of heart. They're some of the best people. Maybe they can't get into college, but they're full of heart. And let's not confuse them with, this gay erotica group that Richard Spencer and his tiki torches,
of course,
and he runs,
Yeah.
Have you
ever seen the Proud Boys murder anyone or hide any evidence of murder?
I'm not going to jail.
I like that answer. Yeah. So, you're, like I said, everybody knows you. You know everybody. I couldn't believe this. Last year, you were retweeted by one of my favorite musicians, Kanye West.
Yeah.
And wow, what was this tweet about? Can you remind us what the tweet was that Kanye retweeted?
2 tweets, and it was his only retweets. I was actually explaining his political position because there was a lot of confusion. These, white people, they get really excited anytime anything brown happens in the Republican Party.
Yeah.
And so, like, when Kanye's like, you don't have to be Democrat. I fuck with Donald Trump. A lot of people interpreted that as him crossing the political spectrum, and it really wasn't. He just is a lot more educated right now. And so I put out a video saying Kanye is not a libertarian and he's not a conservative. And, if you believe that, he'll disappoint you in the future. So he retweeted that. And then I come from a debate background. And I said, the premise of his argument, if this was structured as a Lincoln-Douglas debate, would be love and how hard that is to defeat and how Kanye will win. And so Kanye endorsed those, retweet those. And, I think that we can expect a lot more coming out of Kanye. And I think he's entirely serious and his circle is entirely serious. And this guy's going to change our world in more ways than one.
Are you a Kanye fan? And how did it feel to be retweeted by the king himself?
Yeah, I'm a Kanye fan. You know what? I didn't like him. I've been a Republican all my life, so I didn't like him when he made the comments during Hurricane Katrina and stuff like that. And
what were the comments? What did he say about Hurricane Katrina? Oh, George Bush hates black people.
Yeah.
Doesn't care about what. You didn't like
and then the Taylor Swift stuff bothered me.
Really?
But it turns out he's a time traveler. He knew. Can I cuss on here?
Oh, yeah.
He knew she was a cunt before the rest of the world knew it. And so, the way that I've kind of structured everything in my mind is assume Kanye's right and assume everyone else is wrong. And so I've fallen more in love with him. And then I think, when you listen to some of these albums, I think what we're witnessing right now is he did the St. Pablo album. That's what we're entirely experiencing. That's the Kanye we're experiencing right now. So it's really interesting that this guy, is so lost in his own head that I think that we're just getting, fragments of him at different times. But I do think he is a genius, and it was a huge honor to be retweeted by him, and it opened a lot of doors. Some I won't talk about, but the future's very bright for America, for me.
Wow, for you mostly.
But
I'm glad for you. Now, you are also invited to the White House to listen to President Donald Trump speak. And what was this about? This was his summit about, was it about social media?
Social media and social media censorship. And, I've been working with the White House for a year and a half on this issue.
See, this is what I mean. Why would the White House go anywhere near you? I mean, are they crazy? Wouldn't that get them in trouble? Aren't you worried one day you're going to be on the news? The White House is working with this guy. Here, let me show you this. I meant to bring this up before, but look at this. Why is Kanye West promoting a grifter associated with the Unite the Right protesters? This was an article about your retweet. It shows a video of you. Look at this.
What site is that?
This is The Observer.
Oh, yeah, that fat
You've
fuck.
seen that.
Yeah. I've seen that.
Why are they out to get you here? What does the media think of you? Do they think you're a bad guy?
Man, how should I explain this? Okay, so I got my start literally just doing web design. And then this was in 2007. And then I was the guy you went to talk to bloggers. And the independent blogosphere was huge back then. And then I wanted to learn traditional comms. That turns out to be one of the best protective moves of my life. So what happens is it's not the media. The media is actually divided. You will never see a veteran journalist attack me. Ever.
Really?
Because they're familiar with my work. They know everything that I've done.
They fear you probably. They probably also have a little fear.
I got files on everybody.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
I know who's sleeping with who in D.C. and New York and all this other stuff, and everybody hates their affairs being, I don't know why.
You've got a lot of secrets that you keep as currency, probably, right? You've got secrets on everybody. You got something on everybody.
Currency. Because I'll never use it to get anything, but I will use it in defense of my reputation, or reputation of my friends.
To get yourself out of jams.
Out of jams.
I love that.
Hold on, I got to retweet this. But all right.
And you're always, I wanted to ask you this, you're always on top of things. Last week we couldn't even get you. You were so busy. And, most people would be offended that somebody's on their phone during an interview. I'm really not. I'm not being, sarcastic there. You need to be tweeting. I mean, you need to be in the loop. I even feel bad taking you out of that, loop right now for this.
Fun. This is like a vacation from my normal life. And here's what I love about my haters. And I think that guy's name was, I forgot what his name is, but it's a weird name. And the guy at The Observer. And he just has this hard on for hating me because he thinks if I get the Ali scalp, I'll go work at the New York Times. They're never going to fucking get it. Yeah. I live my life pretty transparently. So, there's the United States senators who are now watching this live feed. And it's just funny because the whole world
they're not watching this feed.
Yeah, because now it's on Periscope.
I have a message to the Senate that I would like to deliver.
No, but here's the thing is people monitor me waiting for me to fuck up. But what I've learned is if we are going to democratize information, which was the original purpose of the internet, if we're going to democratize information, then the dick pics, the cussing, the being ourselves has to be the norm. And what it means is that people like me have to earn a reputation and then start burning it. And I think and so to that point, I think Gavin and the Proud Boys, they went too far. They went beyond the pace of innovation and to the point of crazy. And
really?
And this Red Bar Radio might be fringe and that you guys sick people to troll people and stuff like that. But in as much as I can be friends with Alex Jones, Milo, you, and Gavin, it normalizes it all. And so the left is actually right when they're like, we don't want to platform this. We don't want to make this a normative behavior. What they understand fundamentally about psychology is the root of marketing. And that's that our eyes act as impression tools. And the more we do this, the more everyone is liberated, the more everyone is free. And so they want the young press want my scalp, but those are all people who have been in the business 4 years or under. The rest of them, I've credentialed them for events. I ran a press conference for Donald Trump in 2014. They've all needed me at some point and done a favor and have emails with me, so they're never going to attack me.
That's incredible.
It's my life.
You're really an inspiration. You're the kind of guy I want to fly out to D.C. just to have lunch with you for 45 minutes.
I hate D.C.
Where do you live right now? Are you able to sit?
I'm in Texas.
Oh, you're in Texas.
Yeah, and I do Los Angeles once a month, and I do D.C. once every 3 months.
What is your take on Steven Crowder, who's obviously this bisexual liar who can't have kids? What do you think about this guy, Steven Crowder?
I think that Steven has become more funny as the years have
Really,
gone.
you find him funny? I find him to be...
I didn't say that. I just said he's more funny than he used to be. When he was on... what was Greg Gutfield's show? Red Eye.
Yeah. Now, what do you think of the Adderall abuse in your industry? Steven Crowder is on, I think, 90 milligrams of Adderall per day.
Really?
Have you ever tried the substance?
I have. Actually,
you have?
Lucian, yeah, we'll be at parties and Lucian will open your mouth and like a dummy I do, and he slips right out of my tongue.
Wow, and look at that. And then he gives you a little kiss and takes you into the dance floor. So
we do go to the dance floor.
Yeah. I've been with Lucian.
Go ahead.
No. Ooh, wasn't that awkward where we both shot? You never want... I love this guy. No, when I first met Lucian, the first thing he did is he sat down on a table. He goes, "You want Adderall?" I go, "Okay." He takes out Adderall, puts it in, turns it into a fine powder and snorted it right at the bar. I couldn't believe it.
He did it.
He's sick. No, this is 100% true. He's sick. I wanted to go to our... I don't know if you'll take this. I want to get 5 questions from our audience right now in our chat room at redbarradio.tv. Before you go, if you wouldn't mind asking 5 questions. So, Jules, tell the chat right now, because we're on a slight delay. Tell them questions for Ali. Is it Ali or Ally? I keep calling you Ally.
Neither. It's Ali. Like Prince Ali, Muhammad Ali.
How did I not know that? I should have thought of it.
I don't know, man.
I like Ally because it's like Ally Express.
I like Ally.
Yeah.
Ally is a girl's name.
Sure. Exactly. But you never know with you guys, And I feel like, is to continue calling you Piranha, is that going to start getting annoying?
I think it's funny. Look, our infamy grows our brand and our reach. And as long as we're using that to grow our brand and our reach further, then I love it. It's like, it's a force multiplier to be not fun of. And I think few people understand this.
Because you're Piranic, if that makes sense. You're Piranic. Yeah. I mean, you've got all the traits. Not only do you look like the fish, but you've got the traits. I mean, You're divisive yet fair. You're
Are piranhas fair?
oh yeah. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the series.
I've been motherfucker.
You're historic yet still around, if that makes sense. You know, I don't know if you've seen the movie Piranha, but you know, the fish was like frozen in some ice. You know, it's like an old like
oh, that's cool.
dinosaur fish. You know, and it came back to kill everybody.
You love comparing things to movies. You know, it was earlier.
Yeah, I do.
You know, what's funny is I too hide knives in couches.
Do you really?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you got to explain that one. What do you mean?
Well, you know, look, you never know when someone's going to break in.
Oh, okay, yeah, like hiding a knife.
You're well prepared.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like even on this desk, you can't see it, but I'm strapped. You know, and you know, you never know what will happen. And as a kid, I used to hide knives under my mattress and in the living room. And I would always have these reoccurring nightmares that people would kill my brothers and my mother.
Yes, of course.
And I had to choose which ones lived and which one died.
Wow.
And I'm very utilitarian in that kind of decision-making process. And what's funny is the keyhole thing you said last hour is also true. Who hasn't wanted a keyhole that you could peek through?
Yes, exactly. You can see what the person's doing on the other end. Now,
exactly. So, you just always situational awareness. You can never have enough of it. But what's funny is I was going to say, I'm the guy in the movie who you're like, who is that guy? Who is that guy? Then you go through these old photos. You're like, oh, my God, he's in the background of this. Oh, my God, he's in the background of this. So, like, if you go to, like, Scott Brown's victory party in 2010, you'll see me in the background. If you go to this event, you'll see, Sarah Palin. When
you were seen with Epstein.
Yeah. I worked for Scott Brown when he won, not when he lost.
Wow.
And, when Sarah Palin was taking the nomination and Code Pink rushed the stage, I'm right there behind Secret Service. It's like, maybe I'll be historic, but right now I'm just kind of contemporary, and I'm the guy who supports the rest of the guys.
Well, I think you're iconic. Let's go to the fans. Let's see. Did you pick out some questions, Jules, here?
Yes.
All right, let's see what we got. Jules, why don't you go ahead and read one of those and also identify who they're from as well.
The first question that came in was from Dan Walker, and he says, what is your net worth?
What is your net worth? What a great question. I'd like to know that, too.
Not enough. Politics doesn't pay enough, but when you get into politics, you earn less than you would in the private sector, what I call the real private sector. So I would say not enough, but I get to do whatever I want, and more importantly, I have friends whose net worth starts with B's, and so if I really want to go do something, somebody else pays for it.
Money ain't a thing with you.
Money
you walk into a place, it's all on the arm. All right, what else we got, Jules?
Vodka Hugs wants to know, how did you know about the El Paso shooting?
Yes. Oh, this was dark here. You tweeted hours before the El Paso shooting. You were caught tweeting.
I wasn't caught tweeting. I did a phone call with 6 different allies, and then Mike Cernovich tweeted about the
6 different versions of you. No, okay, sorry. Okay. Jokes are over. This is El Paso time. But you said someone said something. Mike Cernovich said that you warned him, saying, stay out of El Paso hours before the killing, the shooting.
Yeah, I would just say that I was tracking a lot of stuff. I own a publication, culture.com, with 3 T's, and part of our investigative series into Jeffrey Epstein that's not released and not published led me to believe that El Paso would be used to do some bad things. And so I didn't know about the shooting specifically. I believe something bad was going to happen.
You wanted something bad to happen.
I didn't want.
Okay. See, I'm so sorry because I'm confused. Do you want people killed or do you want them to live? I don't know.
Shut up. But
I like that. That was a kid's. I like how you revert to kid stuff. Shut up.
Shut up.
That's fucking great. You don't see that in politics anymore. Shut up.
Really?
Shut up.
Yeah. I'm offended. But
no.
The people are already dead. So, it's really just tragic. And I would just say, I'm not a conspiracist, but the past 2 years have turned my world upside down. And I would say that, there are forces within our country in the elite that are working against the people So I didn't want my friends in El Paso, so they didn't go to fucking El Paso.
Interesting. Really creepy stuff. And I know that it was probably terrible to see. Right after the killing, everybody was saying, oh, he knew about it. He was involved.
200 calls to the FBI reporting, and Jarrett Holt, who works at rightwingwatch.com, put out this infamous tweet now that accused me and Mike Cernovich of knowing about the shooting and being responsible for the deaths, and that the FBI should knock down our doors. And here's the creepy part, Mike, and you're not going to believe it unless I say it slowly, but the Dayton, Ohio shooter, who shot up 12 hours later.
Of course.
What will, so we're saying this on your program before the FBI comes out with it. The FBI is going to come out with a report vindicating what I'm saying right now, and that is a retaliation to El Paso.
Wow.
And that Dayton, Ohio shooter favorited Jarrett Holt's tweet hours before he grabbed a gun, gunned down his sister, and then multiple black people. And the reason why you won't hear about the Dayton, Ohio shooting is because he mostly killed black people. He is a liberal or progressive Antifa member, and he was radicalized online by tweets accusing me and Mike Cernovich of knowing about the El Paso shooting. Totally true. Wow. And it will come out by the FBI.
Well, hey, thank you for the scoop. And the FBI's cleared you on everything. You're good to go.
Yeah.
They're not interested in you. They're not worried
They
about
couldn't
you.
be if they wanted to be.
Now, do they have eyes on you?
Probably.
Wow. All right, let's go. One more question for Ali.
More.
I like
Okay,
that.
this
Ali. I'm saying that right now. Ali. Never heard that before. One more question. Who do we got, Jules?
Let's see. I'm trying to pick the best one. There's so many.
Hey, I've got time.
I mean, anyone will do.
Is it true you are bisexual?
Wow.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, I'm a bisexual and a practicing Christian, and I don't try to make God reconcile it. It's just fucked up.
So I got to ask you about this. I use this excuse all the time. Whenever I'm cornered, I go, wait, I'm bi. And people go, shit, I guess we can't, pound him on that one. This one's great. I was just talking about this the other day. Lily Singh. I'm sure you're familiar with her. Lily Singh, right?
Yeah.
No, you're not. Oh, I thought she'd be right on your radar. She's this woke PC Indian woman. She's hosting the new late night show. She's the only female late night host.
Oh,
yeah.
I saw a trailer for that where she's like dancing. I'm hip. I'm cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, by the end of the trailer, I was like, thank God this doesn't look like it's America. It's like Canada or Britain or something.
Exactly. Well, no, it's here in America. It's here in America. And
is it?
she recently came out as bi. And to me, it seems like a lot of people are doing this as a way to group themselves with the LGBT community without having to take any of the risk, okay? So if you're a guy, you could go around going, oh, I'm bi. But you never really have to watch you suck a dick. We never have to see you on a date with a guy. You could be married to a woman, claim you're bi, and then you've kind of got the protections without having to do any of the dirty work. Is this something you're up to? Is this because Milo's not really gay. We know that. He's using that. We know that, who's the Jew, the shrimp, what's his name? The Jew with the yarmulke. What is his name? Come on.
Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro. We know he's not really Jewish.
I hate him.
Yeah, and he's not Jewish. Let's be perfectly clear. He uses the yarmulke as a way to avoid, that way he could do whatever he wants and go, I'm Jewish. Now, I believe you're pretending to be bi. I mean, thinking about you making out with a guy is one of the most sickening things I could ever dream of. So it can't be true.
I'm a great kisser.
You've kissed a guy.
Yeah, I kissed a guy
Holy
last night.
And have they lived to tell about this?
They have lived to tell about it.
Have
I got game. And what I'll tell you is that power and influence is an aphrodisiac. Now, I'm not me tooing anybody.
Yeah.
But people are attracted to confidence and influence and power and knowing thyself. And what I will say is that, look, I grew up actually very homophobic. I actually believe.
Nice.
I won't even say what I believe. But I also don't believe. I believe 90% of the stuff about repression and all this I mean, it's such mumbo jumbo.
Yeah.
It's stupid. So I don't think, oh, I was secretly trying to find myself. I think what happened is, you know, my mom found my porn and she was pissed. She cried. I only had a female figure. I didn't have a male I looked up to.
Thank God.
Coupled with, I'm not going to say his name, but in 8th grade, this is the first time I've ever told this story.
Wow.
So publicly,
Thank you.
at least. And, you know, drunk parties, I tell it all the time. But like, but this guy on the soccer team gave me a compliment that was very erotic.
Wow.
And I was like, that's weird. And I was like, how could a guy like another guy? And I was like, well, I think he's cool. I'm cool. So it was like, what's interesting is I think that we don't talk enough about
Yeah,
this.
I'm going to have to cut you off here. I'm like nauseated from all this. You know, a guy and a guy. Sorry, not my thing.
It's awesome.
I'll ask you this. Would you ever screw around with me at a party? Do we get drunk? We do.
Probably not. I'm not into,
of course.
tags.
There's every fucking gay guy says no.
Look at you. You're
What do you
wearing
mean?
you're wearing like fucking flips or flops.
You can see that?
Yeah. Not attractive. Not attractive.
This is supposed to be. No one's supposed to
look at
see
your
the
jeans.
underneath.
What is that?
They can't see that. Stop it. Stop it. Don't listen to him. No. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, this fucking fag. L.A. Alexander. Ali Alexander, thank you for being here today. Piranha, you were wonderful. Thank you. Oh, yeah, one more time. Ah! There he goes. Thank you. Get that ending song queued up there. Goodbye. Thank you so much. You can check out Piranha everywhere you need to be. He's on social media, everywhere. We're going to go to the bathroom. We'll be right back with much more on Red Bar. Take it away.